and everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, all these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Sean, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people dropping like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit, I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now.
Fair enough. Push your position.
Take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got to write it, birth the devil's redefining work. Someday you'll pay the price. No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough and recreate the flow. They think they making dough, what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue. Guess who's on this instrumental with you? Gives a damn if we was family, view one bread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shot to David Berkowitz. Pussy. A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. Say since now, no, not the actor, but the year we's effort. Not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turned his words to mirth from Babel. Lines of 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on God bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but someday you'll pay the price. Look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope. I'm anti-politics cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesta dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God. Cold-blooded. You know that you are. And holy night to me. You know that you are.
What's the secret to building wealth? Charts for 12 hours a day or jump.
All right, let's clap it up. Shalom, DC, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, so 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and the truth is, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews. And that the white man is oppressor, is oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of. We're not affiliated with any other Christian group or Hebrew Israelite group. 1 West is home of the truth. If it's not under Commander General Yahanna, it's not the truth. You understand? First of all, let's give a shout out to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Captain out there that put on man, an event. Were you able to go to any of the stuff that was out there? In North Carolina?
No, I wasn't.
Man, it was an historical event, you know what I'm saying? The very last part of it, which was the cookout, you know what I'm saying? It was a little bit of rain, but that didn't stop nothing. You understand? That ain't stopped nothing.
Right.
We still got the cookout going, you know what I'm saying? It was, burgers were still burgering, you know what I'm saying? The grilled chicken was still grilled chicken, you know what I'm saying? We still got down, you know what I'm saying? It was all brotherhood, it was all love, you know what I'm saying? It was some spades that was being played, you know what I'm saying? It was some drinks that was getting passed around, and you know what? No one got shot. There was no argument going on. There was nothing but brotherhood and sister. Little kids was running around, you know what I'm saying? Running around playing, and we didn't have to worry about anything happening to them.
Muhammad said the brother got his judgment, so that's what happened. But nobody got their hand blown off.
Nobody got you know what I'm saying? No one got maimed. No one got maimed out there. It was an event that went off flawlessly. You know what I'm saying? We had backup plans for backup plans for backup plans, and that's why it was able to roll so smoothly. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to any other place, the Lord ain't with y'all. Lord ain't with y'all. 1 West is home of the truth. It's not in the command General Yahanna. It's not the truth.
That's right.
One more time, let's give a shout out to Captain I.S.U.P.K, who was actually the camp leader over all of the North Carolina and got things on and popping.
Right.
Command General Yahanna and the generals was down there as well. You know what I'm saying, rocking it out with Captain I.S.U.P.K and all the Akim and Aquatim that was out there. You know what I'm saying, all the brothers and sisters who traveled. You know what I'm saying, traveled a great distance to get down there. The water to y'all. You know what I'm saying, to y'all made that event. You know what I'm saying, well worth it. It was I only got to experience just one part of it, you know what I'm saying, the actual cookout, but I'm scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, and I'm seeing the brothers having a blast, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing everybody having a blast, and you're just gonna see what's gonna come out, come of it from this event. Now there was a comment online. Can you read that comment that we was just talking about?
Oh, Samuel Samuel Manley says, why do you guys teach false doctrine? GMS got the 100% truth.
Hit that button for me. Wow. That's what I got to say about GMS. You know, that's what they is.
Every time you say it,
Most High in Christ. That's all I got to say about them. If you want to be, go ahead and go on over there. You know what I'm saying? There's probably a reason why you over there, because you can't be up in here. So if you want to be, you're more than welcome to you're more than welcome to stay on over there. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it the G and GMS.
Right? The G and GMS stands for what? We having a good old time. We need to teach our people, you know what I'm saying, who they are. Salakia. Before I do that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And just ooh wee. You know what I'm saying? Who says you know we can't have a good old time? That was just you know, some residual from the weekend. You know what I'm saying? You know, just a little residual, you know, having a good old time at the expense of fake groups. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We ain't really paying them no mind. We didn't give them no credence while we was down in North Carolina. Why? Because we was enjoying ourselves. It's not often we get to come together and just, you know, hang out with each other. So we didn't give credence to people who disobey the Most High God. But as of right now, it's my job to tear down these fake groups. Right. And I'm on my JO.
That's right.
You understand? Now, what's going on in the world? Some event just happened. You know what I'm saying?
War, blood.
Oh yeah, wars continue on going, and some natural disasters is going on. And little did y'all know that the Most High ordained everything that's happening in the earth.
Right. Not
just a little bit, not just some. Everything that happens is because the Most High God wants it to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ordained it. Nothing gets done without the Most High God approving it.
Right.
Everything that happens is because the Most High God wants it to happen. Right. Let me read you. Give me Genesis. I got quite a few scriptures. We're gonna start with. I don't know. We're gonna try. Give me Genesis 19 and 13. We're gonna start there. Go ahead. Yeah. It's like real quick. If anybody has any other questions or comments and they want to, you know, be heard, go ahead, type that in the chat. Go ahead, type it in chat. We're gonna get to them. We're gonna answer them in a fashionably way, in order. We're gonna answer them in the order way, in decency and in order. That's what I was trying to say. So if you have any questions, whether it's on the topic or not, doesn't matter. Just type your question in online and whatnot. And if you don't want to be, hit that button. Good. You know what I'm saying? We can teach you how not to be that. You know what I'm saying? No, the number one thing to do is stop listening to, you know, all these other fake camps. That's easy. Right. If you listening to this, that's the beginning. Just listen to us, and we're going to teach you how, you know, how to stay away from. Go ahead. Camps. And no, I have not been drinking. Yeah. This is exactly. Shalom. All right, go ahead. Let's read that.
We had the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 13. But we will destroy this place.
So this okay, just for context. Just for context, this right here in particular, this goes for anything. This right here in context, Lot is in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The angels were sent by God to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. They ran into Abraham, and Abraham was like, "Hold up, son, you know what I'm saying? I got family out there. Can you spare my family?" I'm making a long story short, you know what I'm saying? Can you spare my family? He was like, "All right, if your family is righteous, I'll spare them." Well, actually, it says, you know, if there's a certain number of men, I'll spare the whole city. And it went down to like 10, in which Abraham knew it wasn't 10. It wasn't 10 righteous men. But he was like, couldn't you spare my family? Basically, right? He was like, all right. So they went to Sodom and Gomorrah and sought his family out. And then they said, man, this is all I can stand. I can't stand no more. This city is very good. And I'm gonna destroy it. You know what I'm saying? Come on and get your things. And this is the real reason why we are here. And he's talking a lot right here. So read that.
Book of Genesis 19 and 13. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord.
So he says the Most High, the angels are saying we're going to destroy this place because the cries of the people, you know what I'm saying, is waxing great and is going up to the Most High God, and he just like all right, enough's enough. You know what I'm saying? This is a wicked city, is a wicked town, is a wicked place. This place has to go. Right? Keep reading.
And the Lord has sent us to destroy.
And the Lord has sent us to destroy. Do you know how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed? Let's keep reading.
Verse 14. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city.
So he tried to warn them, right? Keep going.
But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
Okay, so but they ain't listen, they hard-headed, right? Keep going.
And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters which are hid, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city.
Hold on, let's see. So he's basically saying, take up your immediate family that's in your house right now and leave, or you're going to be consumed with the city. Hold on, where does it say that is destroyed or how they destroyed it? Go down to verse 23.
Genesis chapter 19, verse 23. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar.
Okay, so they got out of Dodge and they in Zoar, right? Keep going.
Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah.
So once they got out of Dodge, you know what I'm saying? It took them all night to get to this other city. And once they got there, that's when the Lord what?
Rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah.
Keep going.
Brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven.
Brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's how that natural disaster happened. Right. That's how that natural disaster happened. The angels caused that place to no longer exist. No longer exists.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? There's some ancient cities like Egypt. You know what I'm saying? There's some ancient cities like Rome. There's some ancient cities like there's a whole ton of ancient cities in Iran. You know what I'm saying? They're that whole Persian Empire has been intact for really thousands of years. This hotel like what's like Beijing. You know what I'm saying? That those places have been intact for a whole long time. However, as famous as Sodom and Gomorrah is, or was, I should say infamous, it's no longer here. It's no longer here, right? And why is it no longer here? Because the Most High God sent angels to destroy it. Most High God sent angels to destroy it. Let's hold on. Get me let's see. Give me Revelation 7:1.
You ready?
Okay.
We got the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth.
So it says they saw 4 angels on the 4 corners of the earth, right? And what was they doing?
Holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Holding the 4 winds of the earth. Now the winds is natural stuff. You know what I'm saying? The winds is natural stuff, and the angels are holding it. Keep going.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
You ever been, in a place where it's just like the wind just stops? You hear it rustling, or you feel it against your skin or whatnot, and then it just stops. It kind of like, hold up. It's almost like time stops. Like, so hold up, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Now just imagine that going across the whole earth. Not just you because you went into a room or you know what I'm saying, you round the corner and you know why you don't feel the wind because a building or a big tree or something, some structure is blocking the wind. But just imagine you in a field, you feel the wind, but then it just stops. You know what I'm saying? Something's going on. You even feel it in your bones. You know what I'm saying? Hey, something's going on. Let's see. Is there any more on that? No, yeah. I mean, there's plenty more on that, but it's not where we're going. Get me Exodus. We're gonna go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Get me Exodus 12 and 23. Now, there's a whole ton of stuff that's going on right now in the U.S. In particular, and one of the things that's really capturing the airwaves is the treatment of the so-called Latinos. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of Negroes out there saying, well, you voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? This is what you get. You some disgusting bastards. You want to know why? Because there's a whole ton of people out there, our people, the Negroes, the coloreds, you know what I'm saying? Even the bobble-headed, so-called educated people participate in this stuff as well. How many of y'all went out and go and get a 3.5? How many of y'all get your you may not be able to afford a 3.5, but you give me a 0.5. I don't even know when that stuff started. Why is it? Never mind, I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, there's a whole ton of people out there that contributes in the drug trade. You know what I'm saying? That has a plug, that has a weed man. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, you hang around people who do smoke, and you participate in that activity altogether. You know what I'm saying? You may not go out and get it, but you got a man who does, and so you put in on it. There's even songs. I got 5 on it, right? You know what I'm saying? You put in on it and you participate. And then you wonder why drug dealers destroy your neighborhood. You voted for these drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? You elected your local drug dealer to be the drug dealer of choice in your neighborhood, in your area, your realm. And he's destroying your place. So you made a mistake, just like the Northern tribe had made a mistake in thinking that Trump was really for them, when really drug dealers ain't for you. Trump ain't for you. So are we crapping on you for doing that? What we would do is say you made a mistake and you ought not to do that anymore.
Right.
That's what we would say. Hey, yes, you made a mistake. This is your judgment. This is your punishment. Don't do that anymore, and maybe you can get right from whatever it is that you're involved in. Now, with that being said, the Most High God put people in place to be our, to be the whipping stick of our oppression.
Right.
And that's the so-called white man. That's the oppressor. He is the whipping stick. He is nothing but a tool. She is nothing but a tool. And that rod that whips us, you know what I'm saying? is nothing but, you know, a tool that will be discarded sometime in the future. It will be discarded. Now, their job is to do a certain task, a certain duty, but they have went above and beyond what they're supposed to have been doing. And that's why they're going to be discarded wholly and fully, and we'll only be able to talk about them in past tense. We'll only be able to see them in history books. We'll only be able to see them in museums.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no zoos to find them in. They ain't gonna exist. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna be we may have AI in the future. We're gonna have to they're only gonna be AI. That's it. They're only gonna be fake. But because of that, the Most High is going to punish them. In the meantime and in between time, they're not going to go unscathed for the things that they've done or for the things that they are currently doing. They're totally breaking up families. You know what I'm saying? They're totally causing PTSD. Causing PTSD for a whole generation of people. Do you know how they say for people who went away to went to war and they're just so on high alert for the whole time that they're there, it causes the mind to like function in a total different way. Whereas if you may be in a fight or flight situation, but that situation may last 5 minutes, may last an hour. You know what I'm saying? It may even last a day or two. But when it happens over a long period of time where you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know who's going to come through the front door. You don't know whether if you can go down to the corner store to get some diapers for your kid, that you may not make it back. That sort of mentality causes a whole ton of pressure, and people's personality and mentality alters totally and completely. And they are doing it in the name of the U.S. federal government. There's even people. We was talking about how marriage license is going to go up. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to get married and so they can have papers, right? Well, they're saying that even if you do that, they're not going to honor it. Even if you follow the law, they're not going to honor it. They're going to take you coming out. They're going to see you coming out the courthouse and scoop you up and then put you in a concentration camp. Now, if you really want to get rid of people, get them out of your country, why is there a alligator Alcatraz at all? You want to get people out. Why are you keeping them locked up, holed up wherever they are? There should be none of that. There should be planes ready to or trains or automobiles or whatever ready to ship them out. Why are they being locked up? Why do you have housing facilities for somebody you're trying to get out of your country? Because you're a bunch of liars. You're a den of thieves. You have ulterior motives. And because of that, there's going to be certain consequences and repercussions for your actions. Let's read some of them. Where is safe for you to
go? We are at Exodus 12 and 20.
Let's read what that's to say.
We have the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 23. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians.
For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. What's the parallel today? No, these people are not Egyptians, but Egypt was not the place that we were in. Egypt, the place we were in was called Mizraim. You know what I'm saying? Egypt was the bondage, and that's exactly where we are right now. We're in bondage. Right. The slave masters. You know what I'm saying? The slave holders. Right. So it says, read that from the top one more time.
It says, for the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians.
Well, the Lord will pass through to smite the slave holders, the slave owners. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel, and on the two-side posts,
Uh-huh.
the Lord will pass over the door.
So what does that mean? So right now, this in context, this is the Passover. When he says the Lord will see, and when he says the Lord, he's talking about the death angel. Why? Because they come in the name of the Most High. They're doing the will of the Most High. So when this death angel is coming, he's going to see a sign to leave these people alone. And that sign at this point in time was blood to be over, a doorway has a post, and it has, you know what I'm saying, I guess a brow or something like that. I don't know what the name of it is, but you know the post. But the post is really the sides, and then the bottom part is the threshold, right? So Moses was told to tell all of Israel to put blood, sprinkle the lamb, the blood of the lamb, sprinkle it on the side of the post, and put it on the top as well. And this is what he's just saying. When the angel comes by and he sees he's getting, you know what I'm saying, he has a certain people or a certain it's not just because it wasn't just people, it was animals as well. It was cattle, it was livestock. The firstborn of everything was supposed to go. Except for if you see the blood of the lamb on the posts and on the top frame of the door. Right. Leave those people alone. And those people who only got those orders, only people who got those orders was so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Those other people, you know who they were? You know who they were, Manly? They were Hamites. They were Africans. And you know what else they were? They were, yeah, exactly. Most High in Christ, man. He got the timing down now. Got the timing down, right? So the Most High God. So it's saying the Lord pass over the door. Keep going. Read from the top. Let's read from the top.
Verse 23 from the top. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you.
So this again, this is an angel that's doing this.
Right.
It's an angel that's doing this. Let's get some more.
It turns out these natural disasters ain't too natural.
Yeah. Hey, that was an option for my title. Exactly. Natural disasters aren't natural. That's Let's get 2 Samuel 24 and 15. 2 Samuel 24 and 15.
When you ready?
All right, go ahead.
I got the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 24, verse 15. So the Lord sent a pestilence.
So the Lord sent a what?
A pestilence.
COVID-19. What's that? The monkeypox.
A pestilence.
The Lord sent pestilence, disease. That's what pestilence is. The Lord sent pestilences, right? Keep going.
Upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed. So
we're not even immune to it. If the Lord says, hey, get right or get gone, this is what happens, right? Keep going.
And there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men.
So right here, it's showing that the Most High, in order to straighten us out, 70,000 of us had to go. 70,000 of us had to go. Now let's see who did it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord did it, but how did he do it? Let's keep going.
Verse 16. And when the angel stretched out his hand.
And when the angel stretched out his hand
upon Jerusalem to destroy it. The Lord repented him of the evil.
So as he was doing it, you know what I'm saying? We was going. You know what I'm saying? We was getting the pestilences and we was going. And then he seen what was going on. He was like, all right, man. All right, they had enough. That's enough. And then what happened?
Repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough.
He was like, all right, they had enough. Just like a good father, he knows when his child has had enough. A good father, punishes, is very stern and very strict with his kid. And is stern and strict with his kid in terms of punishment as well. And when he sees that the child has had enough, It's like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. And then what happened with the angel?
It says, stay now of thine hand. And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of Aruna, the Jebusite.
Okay, so right there, the Lord sent pestilence, right? Upon, even though it was upon Israel, the angel went out and did it. So we're seeing a whole ton of stuff that we think is natural, Mother Nature and whatnot. But it's really an angel. Yeah. It's an angel that's doing it by way of the Most High God, our Father.
You got a question?
All right, let's go. Let's get the question.
The question is from Diamond. Question, unrelated to the topic, but will there be reproduction in the kingdom?
Will there be reproduction in the kingdom? Now, what I think I know what Diamond is asking. But are you saying reproduction as far as, reproducing people? If you can just get that real quick, are you talking about, are there going to be more people? Are we going to have children in the kingdom? Or are you talking about just reproducing, things and objects and whatnot? I just want to get that clear before I answer. If you could, just type that in. Are you talking about, are we going to have kids in the kingdom? Let me know if she or Diamond responds back.
In the comment that you had, it's from Samuel Manley.
Okay, you said Samuel Manley? Good. All right, go ahead.
I'm an Israelite, and I am West African. Only according to you false prophets am I him.
I should have known. I smelt the ham on him. Hey, why don't you put the O in a few of them words? Because I know you want to. When you're typing it out, I know you want to put the O in there.
Right.
Let me tell you something, Samuel Manley. GMF, if you want to go and be, an Israelite according to people who don't like to follow orders, go ahead. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, you can think and say and do whatever it is you want. If you're actually in the U.S., here in the United States of America, you can do. It's a free country. You can do what you want to do.
Right.
You can say what you want to say. You can be who you want to be. If you don't believe me, just ask. What's that? Bruce Jenner. You know what I'm saying? He's not a he anymore. He's a she. If you want to be if a man wants to be a woman, that can happen. If a woman wants to be a man, that can happen here in the United States of America and in a lot of countries around the world. You know what I'm saying? Not just here. You can do that in other countries. If you're manly and you want to be with a man, you can do that here in America. You know what I'm saying? That's your prerogative. You can do that in many other countries as well. You can go ahead and do that. If you want to say that you're an Israelite from, wherever, I'm not stopping you.
Right.
I'm not going to stop you. You know what I'm saying? You if you want to say, if you want to join a church and say West Africans are Israelites, I am not going to stop you. But you know who will? The king will. He's going to come by very soon, and he's going to straighten everything out. He's going to chastise me for saying I'm wrong and congratulate you for saying you're right. Or he's going to say, congratulate me for saying I'm right and then chop your head off. That's simply what's going to happen. Only way to find out is when Christ comes back. So just keep doing what you're going to do, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I'm teaching my people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I didn't, enter any Hamites, any West Africans. They're not in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna teach my people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the truth about the Bible. Why? Because that's how I was taught, and I'm going to teach them everything I was taught. Did Diamond respond back?
No.
No problem. No problem. Get me Revelations chapter 8, verse 5. Let's start at 5. Yeah.
We got the book of Revelation, chapter 8 and verse 5. And the angel took to the censer.
Hold on. Let me get there with you. Slakia. All right. Keep going.
We got the book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 5. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake.
Man, so this angel is doing this. An angel calls thunder. You know what I'm saying? An angel calls lightning.
Right.
An angel calls earthquakes and whatnot.
Right.
I didn't hear anything about no Mother Nature. An angel is doing all these things. Drop me down to 7, Salakia.
Verse 7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire.
There followed hail and fire. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound familiar? Something that we had just read? Sound like something like, fire and brimstone that rained down from heaven. Sound like how Sodom and Gomorrah got erased off the planet. You know what I'm saying? Off the face of the earth, off the map. And it sounds like how the way America is about to be erased. You know what I'm saying? About to become a lake. You know what I'm saying? Fire is going to come from the sky. I pray somebody pushes the button. Who's going to be brave enough to push the button? Who's going to have, who's going to have the fortitude to push one of the buttons and just start it off and then have other nations push the buttons and just turn this whole place into a lake. A lake of fire, that is. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And the second angel sounded, as it were a great mountain.
No, you didn't finish up the
Verse 7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire, mingled with blood.
Mingled with blood. Keep going.
And they were cast upon the earth.
And it was thrown down and cast upon the earth. Keep going.
And the third part of trees was burned up, and all green grass was burned up.
All these things is getting burnt.
Right.
Toe up. The earth is like mostly water. You know what I'm saying? How in the world could a whole land mass is going to become a lake of fire when most of this place is water? They're not going to be able to put out this fire. Not this type of fire. This type of fire is going to be going for 1,000 years. So hot that no one's going to be able to step foot over here for 1,000 years. Man, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That is a mighty long time. That's longer than a lot of dynasties or a lot of empires. The empires that don't even stand for 1,000 years. There's going to be a fire that's going to be burning for 1,000 years. How about that? And you know what I'm saying? Esau is not even going to be in captivity that long. They're not even going to be able to see the end, the outing. They're not even going to be able to see the outing of the fire. You know what I'm saying? Once this thing gets started. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be in the history books for a couple centuries by the time this fire gets put out. By the time we are able to come back to this land. Now let that sizzle in your spirit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and type I don't know what you're talking about, and I'll explain it a little bit.
I gotta use that one.
Hold on, let's see. I got some more. Give me John chapter 5. John chapter 5 and verse 4.
John 5 and 4.
Now we just seeing how the way the Most High God used angels to destroy.
You got to come online. We're out in the top.
Okay.
Jose figured over. The governor of Texas, he marked God saying, no God wants to do anything to my town. I guess he was wrong. And every time someone says that, guess what?
Damn, I didn't even know that. I think who the governor is Ted Cruz, I believe. I believe the governor of Texas is Ted Cruz. Let me look that up. I think it is, and that's the same cat that said
Yeah, you said that.
That's the same cat that said that that we're gonna look help Israel because it's in the Bible.
That was Ted Cruz.
Okay. Yeah. So it was Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott is the governor of Texas. And he said no one's going
no God want to do anything.
No God is going to do anything to my town. And you know what? God said, hold my, whatever. Hold my wine. Hold my strong. And he sent an angel to go and do exactly what they said he wasn't. Man, who the hell do you think you are? He said no guy's going to touch. Really? What happened in Texas happened to a town that's 88% white. 88% white. Now, there's plenty of other cities and towns where there's a whole ton of black people and Hispanic people that are close by water. It's close by water. Now, did you know? And this is gonna come out. This is gonna come out if it hasn't already been widely covered. Do you know why the death toll is so high and people couldn't get out and all this stuff? Well, there's supposed to be like warning systems that are in place. And right now there are warning systems that are in place. And they understood that, hey, there's going to be a lot of rain. There's going to be a lot of flooding. So the system detected it. And then it sent out alerts. And those alerts were actually, got to where it needed to be. People were alerted. The problem is that it went out in the middle of the night. Those alerts went out in the middle of the night. People didn't know. People couldn't organize properly. Once they actually woke up and seen, oh, crap, there's some floods coming. Well, shouldn't there be someone in charge of, that type of stuff? Right. Well, apparently there was. I forget the name, the title. Forget the title of that person. But there's supposed to be a person whenever natural disasters or warning systems come out and the alerts go out and it's like off duty hours or in the middle of the night, like these alerts came out. It's supposed to be someone who's on the job and says, okay, let me coordinate with the local whoever, the emergency personnel to get the word out, to let people know, to push it out, to wake them up, to put plans and things in place so that we can get people out safely in an orderly fashion. Well, because of newly created government agency called DOGE says that these people are no longer they shouldn't be employed by the federal government. So it's either you get fired or you can take early retirement. And the person who was supposed to do this this early detection system, he took early retirement. And they didn't replace him. They didn't put someone else in place. Not only did they not put anybody in place for him to do, for someone to do that job, but the people that he was supposed to notify, those were vacant as well. Those were vacant as well. So they couldn't, even if he did tell people, there was nobody he could have told because those jobs, went away. Not even just went away. It's still there. It's just vacant. They're not filling them. So what happens? You get flash floods. It wasn't even flash flood because flash flood is something that happens real fast and then you really don't have a whole lot of warning. There was warnings in place. There was systems in place they're supposed to alert people. And Trump fired him. And then on top of that, the person who was supposed to be the head of it, who created it, is no longer in office. No longer in that position as himself. Hey, you can't make the the Most High God is a gangster. That's right. The Most High God is a gangster, and he put it in a place where people are shooting themselves in their foot. I was talking about how America, if America goes to war, man, America goes to war. Esau's military is not what it once was. Esau's military is not what it once was. These people out here who are in the military right now, man, they're in for a rude awakening. They're not going to be able to, and during war, they're not going to be able to pull out a card and say, "Hey, I'm in a high stress situation. Stop shooting at me. Let me gather my thoughts." You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be able to complain and say, "Hey, this is too heavy. This pack is too heavy. I don't want to carry it no more." Nah. The mentality of these people now, I'm like I just went before I came into truth. I seen how the way it was going. You know what I'm saying? I seen how the way it was going. The time I got out and the time I came into the truth was a good span of time. So when I seen that happening, I was like, man, America is weakening. And I was upset about it. Why? Because I was still a slave. Now that I came into the truth and I understood that America must fall in order for me to gain my freedom, I'm like, put all that stuff into Esau's military. Right. Put all that stuff into Esau's military, because once stuff crap hits the fan, like it's hitting the fan right now, right? Like it's hitting the fan right now, right? And they're expected to perform, they will not be able to perform. Not like how the way they once performed in times past. How the way they build up their reputation as supposedly being the most deadly, the most efficient, the most tactical, the most fearsome military in modern history, maybe global history. They're going to fall. They're going to fall from the inside out. That's right. It's happening right before your eyes. You know what I'm saying? And just how the way this flood is happening, you know what I'm saying? It is a breakdown in the system. It's a breakdown in Esau's military as well. It's a breakdown in Esau's infrastructure. It's going to be a breakdown. Is already, you know what I'm saying? We don't feel it right now, but we're about to feel it in a hot second. Breakdown in the food, how the way the food gets processed and raised and whatever, all that stuff, all that is about to come to a head. Because the system that's in place has been disrupted by their own doing. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High God, and most like there's a scripture where it says, the Most High God had a council with the angels. And matter of fact, see if you can get that for me. Where Most High God had a council with the angels, and one angel was saying, "Well, I'll do this," and another angel was saying, "I'll do this," and then the angel that wanted was like, "Hey, I'll be a lying spirit and tell him, to do this and do that, and then he'll go to war with this nation." It may be happening right now. That same angel that went and destroyed this one leader, being putting a lying spirit into his he had a lying spirit to him, thinking that he can beat everybody, and then once he actually got out into war, you know what I'm saying, that's when he'll know, he ain't squat, and then he'll be put to death right there in the war in a grand fashion. First King, let's get that. So y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me get there with you. First Kings what? First Kings is chapter 19, verse 22.
Chapter 22, verse 19 through 23.
And chapter 22, verse 19. Okay, let's get it.
We got the book of First Kings, chapter 22, verse 19. And he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left.
So he was having a council. He was having a council, and hold on, and read that the last part. I saw the Lord sitting on the throne.
I saw the Lord sitting on his throne,
and
all the hosts of heaven.
And all the hosts of heaven. What is the host of heaven? That's the armies. So it was a war council. It's a war council, all sitting around him on his left, on his right side, and on his left side, all around him. Right? Keep going.
And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab?
And he said, who shall persuade Ahab? Ahab is a king that was over Israel, I believe, over Israel, and the Most High wanted him gone. Most High wanted him gone. Just like right now, Most High wants us to be free, and we're giving him a reason for setting us free. How are we giving him a reason? We stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You know what I'm saying? We're not dealing viciously with our sisters. What did I mean by that? If we lay with them, we're staying with them forever. You know what I'm saying? We're raising our children according to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? We're not celebrating Christmas, New Year's, any of these 4th of July. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're not going to the weed man, to the plug, and getting a 3.5 or anything, or putting anything to our lips. You know what I'm saying? Like as if we're help me out here.
Anything to
No. Yeah. Exactly. We're not putting anything like that to our lips. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the way the Most High wants us to be. And if enough of us come back to him and do these things, then he's going to have a council just like this. You know what I'm saying? And then he's going to say, well, how are we going to set our people free? Or no, he knows how we're going to set our people free, but he was like, how are we going to enact the chain of events to get to the grand finale, which is the Valley of Jehoshaphat, you know what I'm saying? The Valley of Decisions, when everybody's going to be fighting each other, and then that sky crack, and then Christ comes down, and then, you know, they turn their guns to Christ and the 200 million angels that's going to come through. What are we going to do in these little events to lead up to that big event? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be on a, you know how many movies after this comes out it's going to be? You know what I'm saying? You know how many plays that's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? You know how many, and we like to start off small too. You know how many little skits is going to happen? You know, from this glorious event. So this was going on. This was going on. So the Most High is having a council on how to get this nigga up out of here. So he says, read that part again.
All right.
Not yeah. 20.
I was on verse 29.
Yeah.
And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall on Ramoth Gilead? So
he wants a specific. He wants to do it specifically. He could send a bumblebee and he get stung by a bumblebee, and then he suffer cardiac arrest or whatever, and you know, go that way. But no, he wants him to die specifically by sending him to war and thinking that he can win, you know what I'm saying, and then die that fashion, that way. So he was like, how are we going to persuade him to do this thing? Keep going.
Verse that he may go up and fall on Ramoth Gilead. And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. So
one angel was saying, well, we can do this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then another angel was like, hey man, we can do this. How about this? Does this sound good? Right? Keep going. So they're giving the Most High ideas. They're giving the Most High ideas on how they want this specific task done. And just to let you know, all this happens all the time. This happens all the time. Right now, or I don't even say right now. I would say, will this happen? The thing in Texas happened yesterday.
It may have started a couple days ago.
So a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, how it happened. The Most High God was like, all right, man, Issachar is catching hell. Let me just give him a breather. How can we give him a breather? You know what I'm saying? Well, one angel was like, hey, we could do this. And another angel said, hey, we could do this. And yet another angel said, hey, man, we'll just flood the river. And you know what's so funny? The name of the river is the Israelite name, Guadalupe. The name of the river is Guadalupe River. You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. Deport the river, nigga. Deport the river. Yeah, right, exactly. Like, we don't want you here. Trump changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Why don't you try? Yeah. If you Google, you know, the Gulf area, according to Google, it'll say Gulf of America. But isn't the arrogancy of this nigga is wild. You know what I'm saying? They changed the name of the river, Guadalupe River. Guadalupe was like, nigga, you get the hell up out of here. But yeah, so the angel was like, hey, let's create a flood. You know what I'm saying? They'll use all their resources and everything to go and help the people of the flood. You know what I'm saying? And that way, you know, just give I.S.U.P.K just a breather, give them some time to come together and devise a plan on how to counteract these bastards. You know what I'm saying? So just like how the way, you know, is a council right here, most likely it was a council like that. There's a council like that. Boom. And then once the angels gave the Most High a sufficient answer or a sufficient plan, and be like, go ahead and handle that. Go ahead and take care of that. I like that. Now let's see how the way it plays out. You have some?
It was a flawless victory too. How you break it up the flood, and the Lord, you know, the Lord is the one that's behind all these different types of things. Like, I was watching some clips on the floods or whatever, and one of them, you know, you watching and it's showing the houses, you know. But it's funny that down there, every video I'm seeing is Esau. It is white people that I'm seeing, right? That's making these videos. And, you know, every TikTok and every YouTube, they call us the weaker generation. And you see them just, you know, begging and crying and, you know, oh, I don't know what we're going to do. The door's propped open. I can't get it open. You know, and saying all these different types of things about, you know, what they're going through at the moment. And it's such a flawless victory because they're right now, and it's in the book of Proverbs, but it's mainly foreign to us, but you know, these heathens do it too. Now they screaming for God. They can't seem to understand why is this happening. They would rather call it a natural disaster than to possibly believe that this is the actions of your people. This is your thoughts. For everyone that's not on the, you know, that's not actually in an ICE uniform, but that's not actually this. I saw one video with this, I guess she's famous, some white Edomite woman reposted a brother getting drug up out of an Hispanic brother getting drug out of the store, talking about something, got another Jose, and they got like 30,000 likes or something of that nature. And so it's like the people that's behind, that's not, you know, out there on the front, they still got their own thoughts and opinions as well on what's going on with the Latinos. And so basically, you damn near in uniform with your words. And now they're in the situation, and they're trying to figure out, they're trying to pray to God and try to figure out why it is that we hate, why is this happening? And then the same feeling that they're feeling right now on this essence of why. It's the same thing that Guadalupe, what's his name, felt, and Jose felt, and all that, of why. That video I watched, that brother, all he's saying the whole time in Spanish, he said, I didn't do nothing. He said, I didn't do nada. He said, I didn't do nothing. Why y'all doing this? Why y'all doing this? And in the same fashion, now you find yourself in them shoes trying to figure out why is this happening. I'm talking about the trucks, and you know it's the white people truck. It's a big old pickup truck. You know what I'm saying? They look just like it's coming straight out of redneck neighborhood. American flags on the trucks and everything else and above, and you just seeing it play out, that now you find yourself in them very same shoes. You feel like you didn't do nothing, right? And now you getting deported by the water over the border.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. I had no idea that the name of the river was
Guadalupe. Yeah, the river is Guadalupe River.
You said early in the class.
Yeah. Go ahead.
When you said the Lord is a gangster, like people don't, until you really apply, you really don't even understand how much of a gangster. You know, like that's a gangster move. I'm gonna jam you a big bag.
Yeah.
The name of the river is going to be a Hispanic name. Shalom. You.
Man, what you said is absolutely heavy. Yes. And they're wondering why, what do they do? What do they do? Well, unhand his children. Unhand them. You know what I'm saying? You got another Jose? How dare what? Man, my blood is boiling right now. I got another Jose, right? Okay. When Christ come, yeah, I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'm gonna implore my people to stop smoking weed. I'm gonna implore my people to stop going to church and what was it? I don't even know what the Islam church is. What was it? Mosque? Is it the mosque? Yeah, well, stop going there. You know what I'm saying? I implore my people to stop pouring out the sisters. I implore my people to stop selling, drugs. Stop stop giving a reason for Esau to fill these prisons. And you know what? It's so heavy because the easiest way for us to not give Esau to fill these prisons is to not follow, not to break his laws, but to not break the Most High God's laws. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand that if you don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, there is a high chance that you ain't gonna go to jail? It may not even correlate to anybody, but it makes perfect sense to me. You know what I'm saying? If you don't celebrate Christmas or birthdays or New Year's or Valentine's Day or what's the 4th of July, there's a high chance that you're not going to get into an incident where you might wind up in jail. You know what I'm saying? If you treat every so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian as your brother that you love, you know what I'm saying? There is a great chance that you will not end up in prison. You know, I don't think we really fully grasp this. I know there's a whole lot of women out there who are single mothers and whatnot that has brothers or even has sons. Do you want your son to be on child support? Do you want your son not to be able to be extorted, to not be able to see their kid unless they pay?
Right before class, I seen a brother had reposted a post on Facebook that said she said that I had to get 2 million shares.
I've seen that shit.
I had to get 2 million shares to see my daughter. I wanted to comment so bad, damn her. Nothing against the kid, but if that's that's what I have to go through. You understand? For me and I'm trying to, be there for my daughter. It's just backwards. You want me to get 7 million shares? I clicked on the post. I clicked on the original post. You know how many you got? 7,000. Don't nobody want to see this kid. 7,000. But you looking for 2 million? It's backwards. It's backwards.
I was out. My head was somewhere else. I thought he had to buy certain shares in a company. But you may be right. You right. It's someone just had to share it.
Yeah, somebody just had to share it.
But let me tell you something. There was this program. I understand what you're saying because it was just this thing on how to resell or whatnot, right? And one of the it was a brother that was doing like the class, right? I was like, oh man, that sounds interesting. I clicked onto his webinar and whatnot. He was giving his story and everything, and then he said his, because they like have this thing on like what's your why? You ever heard of that? Yeah, what's your why? Why are you doing this? Because if your why isn't strong enough, you're not going to want to do it one time. Whatever. But anyway, he was saying his why was his he wasn't making a lot of money, and stuff was hard, and he had a kid. The kid was small and everything, and it was just that people didn't He couldn't get ahead. You know what I'm saying? He was just living like paycheck to paycheck, right? And that was that wasn't his wife. But then his wife was saying, I don't like living like this. I'm going to leave you. And she left. And then he like got it through his head. And then he came up with this whole big plan and started making a whole ton of money. And then she came back. Once I heard that, I clicked off. I'm like, you should have just let that bitch slack. You should have let that chick leave. You just let that leave. You know what I'm saying? And then now he has like I still because I went on that webinar. There's a whole ton of his stuff, you know, commercials that I have to see now. And he's like before I had to go into that to hear that story, but now he just put it on front page, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I was just so fed up with it. I was like, man, because he claims to be a Christian and loves God. Both of them claims that, I'm like, if you really love God, you broke your contract, because the contract says, you know, for rich or poor, you know what I'm saying, through thickness, through sickness and health and whatnot. And when he was poor, you broke the contract and was like, I'm leaving. I don't trust a woman who would leave a man for that, and I don't trust a man who would try and get his woman back for that. I'm like, I never seen it.
Everything he's saying, it might have been that movie might have been based off of that. Who knows? But it's literally the same thing.
Somebody said, I never said it. Maybe you have maybe you can contest to it, but someone said all of her problems would have been done if she had direct deposit.
Oh, let me correct. Not this recent movie.
Okay.
I think it was like called not Fatal Attraction, but Addicted or something like that. The same thing you talking about. Brother ain't had nothing.
Oh, I seen that, and the dude came back and said, "Hey, I owe you this money." Yeah. He was like,
"Consider crazy." You know what I mean? But as far as
I didn't see the movie, but I seen the.
That's a good movie to watch. Not gonna lie. So, matter of fact, they're coming out with a part 2. I saw it earlier when I was scrolling earlier in the day. They come out with a part 2. This is a movie from some years ago. But as far as that most recent one, I would go as far as to say all of her problems would have met if she just had a man. But granted, that direct deposit.
Well, he would have told her to get direct deposit. but anyway. But anyway, yeah. So I remember like seeing little bits and pieces, and it would just disgust me. You know what I'm saying? Because he came. One of the first ones that I keep seeing on repeat is like he came to her, was like, "Hey, do you have a minute?" And she was like, "I ain't got time for you. You're broke out. You blah blah blah. You got 2 minutes, right?" And he was like, "Okay, well, you look like now it's 1 minute and 50 seconds." She's like, "All right, whatever." So he basically said, you know, here's my idea worked out. I made a whole ton of money, and you know, I have you to, you know, you helped me through all the time, even though she kicked him out, from what I understand.
Yep.
And here's your, you know, your portion of them. It was like $10 million. And then she was just like, yeah, it was like $10 million. He gave her like a $10 million check. And then she was like, oh my God. And he was like, I just want to say thank you, and then walked away. And then I seen another clip where did you see the movie?
What's the movie? You talking about what I was talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I saw the whole movie.
So you know what I'm talking about.
He gave him $10 million.
He gave her a check.
He did come back and give her a little piece of something.
No, it was like $10 million.
Yeah, compared to what he had.
Yeah, compared to what he had. Yeah, but
crazy. And
then it cut to another scene where she came to his house or hotel room or whatever.
Yep.
And then she had on a trench coat and just you know some bra and panties. And then he was like, "What you doing here?" He was like, "Oh, he basically she was saying, 'Oh, I want you,' and she took her stuff off." He was like, "Oh no, it's not that type of party." And his wife, his woman was in there, and she was like, "Oh," it's like, you can leave now. I don't want you. So she wasn't happy with the money either. She still wanted the man. You dirty, but anyway. But I just had to say that to say, man, I couldn't trust him. I couldn't. Like, why? Oh, why? Why, Craig? Where are we? Salaki, we didn't went off on a tangent. We was in 1 King 22.
1 King 22 and 21.
Yeah, read that, Baba Shaw.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 22, verse 21. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith?
He was like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. It was like, how, Sway? We need that button. No.
Hey, button, and I go with that. And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
So he said he'll be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. What does that mean? That means all the people that that advise him, he's gonna make them be liars. Right? He's gonna make them be liars. So just like Trump has a whole ton of advisors and to advise him on to do things, he's gonna make them be liars. So he's telling Trump, hey, this is what you need to do. You need to round up all the Mexicans, all the so-called Hispanics, and get them up out of here. Why? Because they're nothing but they don't work. They're freeloaders. They're a burden on the system, and they don't do anything. But where are they getting all these people? They're not getting them on street corners. They're not getting them you know what I'm saying, they're going to places of work. You know what I'm saying? They're going to places where they're working and helping out a whole different industries. So much so that the rich people are saying, hey, you need to stop this. Either stop this or leave my people alone. Leave my slaves alone. Go out and get the mechanics. I don't care about the mechanics. Go out and get the electricians. I don't care about the electricians or the plumbers or the construction men. You know what I'm saying? Go out and do the trades. But the farmers, we need the farmers. Hospitality, we need the hospitality. The landscaping, we need the landscaping. Pretty soon, I didn't see. I'm gonna get to you in a hot second, but I've seen people where people white boys own construction companies and said most of my people are Latinos, and I can't get no work done. Now I got a whole bunch of white boys here, and they say this like this: a whole bunch of white boys, and I can't get anything done. And I voted for Trump. That's what they're saying. But those people ain't rich enough to go to Trump and say leave these guys alone. They're shooting themselves in the foot. There are two whole states that are about to go bankrupt if Trump doesn't let them stay put. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Trump may say, "All right, I'm not going to deal with farmers and hospitality," but that doesn't mean that the Latinos will be like, well, what about the electricians, and what about the mechanics? You in the landscape, you gonna leave them alone? And they're gonna be like, nah. Well, all right. Well, we stand with them. You know what I'm saying? And then those states still go bankrupt. You had something?
It had to be addressed. Maybe about 10 minutes ago or so. Sammy Manley said, "This is not the home of the truth." Your man Mike jumped in the chat and said, "Samuel, you're stinking up the chat with them foo
Oh man, that's one West.
I need that one. One West. But that's one West for sure.
Yeah. That's one West. Exactly. Yeah. Why Sammy man? Why are you still here? Why are you here? I don't understand this. I don't know what there's no reason why you're here. But anyway, the most High God had the angel saying he's going to be a lying spirit to all the prophets. Right? Keep going.
And he said, "Thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so."
And he said, "All right, you gonna do this? Go ahead and go forth and do it." You know what I'm saying? And then we got in the predicament that we're in right now. I ain't gonna say predicament. They're in the predicament that they're in right now.
And therefore, verse 23.
No, that should be it. Salaki, that's something else. Yeah, this is a good one. Give me Revelation 16, 18 through 21. I'm a may end on this one. Man, I got a whole ton of them. I told you we ain't going.
I thought you would. Revelation what?
16, verse 18 through 21.
The book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 18. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings. And there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth.
Man, this is the angels that's doing this. This is big earthquakes. You know what I'm saying? Such as, you know, no man on earth has even heard or seen anything like this. Now, this is revelation. That means it hasn't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? This particular thing hasn't happened yet. But you look at earthquakes in the past, and this is a very scary thing. I don't know if you ever been in an earthquake before, but my first earthquake, man, I was like, yo, and it wasn't even that big of an earthquake, but the ground shaking is not fun. The ground shaking is not fun. I've been in several since, you know what I'm saying, but still, it just wasn't fun. Were you here when they had an earthquake in DC?
I can't remember where it was at, but I felt one before. I had just so happened to been using the bathroom. Oh, the house started to shake. But I ran outside and I'm looking because I'm thinking it's a plane. The last thing I thought was an earthquake, and my sidewalk had actually a crack. But I'm looking because I'm thinking it's a plane because that's how much the house was shaking. So I'm thinking like something about to hit the house. You know, at the time I was a kid, so I'm thinking it's something about to hit the house. But yeah, it's definitely you know. Right.
I mean, I was I was halfway around the world when that thing happened, and it happened. And I'm looking at the other people, and they was like, "Man, it's just an earthquake." I'm like, "Nigga, it ain't no earthquake where I'm from." You know, I heard about it, but this is just like a little baby earthquake. Something just shook a little bit. And I'm like, "Hold up!" My eyes got about that big. I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. But it was an earthquake, you know what I'm saying? And this is saying the earthquake is going to be so big and so great that that no one has ever seen this before. Keep going.
So mighty an earthquake and so great, and great cities was divided into 3 parts.
And great cities, like big old cities, is going to be divided into 3 parts. Keep going.
And the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before God.
And great Babylon came in remembrance. Like, you know what? Where are you?
Verse 19 in the middle.
And the remembrance, so and the Most High God is like, you know what? I remember that stuff that you done did. You thought I forgot, right? Keep going.
To give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath.
Like, let's take a little bit of this. You know what I'm saying? Take a little bit of this. Just let you know, Babylon the Great is here. This is Babylon the Great. Keep going.
And every island fled away. And the mountains were not found.
The islands fled away and the mountains were not found. Well, now, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Islands just went into the sea. There's a scripture that says, what Christ says, if you have faith the grain of a mustard seed, you can tell the mountain be cast away, go away and cast into the sea. You know what I'm saying? The mountains are going to be flat. The islands are going to be flat. You ain't going to see nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to see nothing. Why? Because the Most High God remember every stinking, evil, vile thing that you've done, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And this is just but a bit of what the Most High God has for America and everybody that stands for America. Keep reading.
Verse 21, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven.
There fell out of heaven on the men great hail. We're gonna see how big hail is. If you ever seen hail, I've been in a hailstorm which it wasn't even that bad, but it was bad for me because I never really experienced it. You know what I'm saying? Hail that maybe for me it was about the size of this, this cap, just falling from the sky, man. That's scary. You know what I'm saying? You get hit with a block of ice this big coming from the sky. That thing hurts. You know what I'm saying? If you ever been in paintball, I think paintball is about this big. You know what I'm saying? You get hit with it, hey, it's gonna leave a mark. Whether you light skin or dark skin, it's gonna leave a mark. You're gonna feel it, right? And it just comes from everywhere, right? But we're gonna see how big the hail is gonna be from here. Keep going.
Every stone about the weight of a talent.
Now, do you know how much a talent weighs? Dude, because I looked this up during Sabbath service. A talent is 75 pounds. 75 pounds. Now, if you take one of them, the medicine balls, it's not even a lot of those medicine balls that's 75 pounds. You know what I'm saying? They're about 15, 20, 30 pounds. Biggest I've seen is probably about 50 pounds. Now, take one of them, and it's falling from the sky.
One of them chariots.
Exactly.
Every stone.
About a weight of 75 pounds. That's how much a talent weighs. Keep going.
And men blaspheme God because of the plague of the hell.
It's too late now. It's too late now. Say what you want as you're dying.
My leg. My foot is stuck. For the plague thereof was exceeding great.
For the plague thereof was exceeding great. Why? Because Most High God remembered Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Most High God remembered Babylon the Great, and he sent boulders coming down, dropping down on earth. Not just on earth, in a small specific spot, 75-pound boulders. I hope y'all have y'all cameras out, you know what I'm saying? And the cloud captures all this, because I want to see it, you know what I'm saying, when it's all said and done.
That's right.
And you know how this happened? The angels did it.
That's right.
The angels did it at the behest, at the command of the Most High God. And that's just the diamond didn't come back in, did she?
No.
I'm just going to assume that she's talking about reproduction as far as reproducing people. Yes, there's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to get when Christ comes back. We're going to have to replenish this earth. And how are we going to replenish this earth? By a whole lot of celebration. Figuring out that matrix. You know what I'm saying? That matrix is going to get figured out. We're going to have a whole lot of time. We're going to have a whole lot of time and energy when we don't have to slave. You know what I'm saying? When we're building up our kingdom. So yes, there will be a whole lot of reproducing. Somebody, unfortunately, and I say this unfortunately, and I pray that all of us make it through it. But unfortunately, it's prophesied that 2/3 will not make it into the kingdom. So we're going to have to replenish those 2/3. You know what I'm saying? And the only way I know how to replenish is by, you know what I'm saying, by doing with was it joy that comes with night?
That's right. It's seed and fertilizer.
Yeah. And with that, shalom. I pass over to priest and also Barak.
We got the security announcements. We have I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find us in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced by I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department of the teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the day, we have the memorial blowing the trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month. That will be held on Sunday, September 21st of 2025 this year. You can find us in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24. We just finished out with the North Carolina cookout. We have the next cookout that's coming up. You know which one it is?
Yeah, it's Midwest.
We got the Midwest Mayhem going down, the Midwest cookout going down, coming up next. I want to say it's
the end of the month.
It's the end. It's towards the end of the month of July. You understand? Check out ISUPK.com to get the exact dates, the flyers, the addresses. If you want to donate, all of those things. Make sure you just get in contact with your camp leader. Please attend if you're able to make it. Get your transportation. If you need some advice or some guidance on whatever to do with these upcoming cookouts, just reach out to a camp leader. We'll get you squared away. Also tonight, Commander Yahanna is going to be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go on YouTube and type in The Real General Yahanna. The Real General Yahanna, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you get in that comment section. Make sure you like. Make sure you are sharing the stream as well. That's going down 9 p.m. Once again, the real General Yahanna. Anything you want to add on that?
Nah.
All right. So remind Akim and Akwapi to check out social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you ought to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black black shirts, black pants, black hat, and a scarf. And with that, I say Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute for the future. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabbat,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Matah. Class this week.